Welcome once again to the Zach Carpenter Show here on the BCHS Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. As we begin to wrap up the season here for the Bears, who were eliminated, unfortunately, last week in the district tournament at McMinn County. But I want to get Coach Carpenter back on here in his first year and talk about the great season we had. A lot of things that were very, very positive for the team coach. And I'd like to sort of walk things back. I know everybody's seen these shows, but you were brought on board last spring in around May or so, something like that.
It was. I can't remember if it was the end of April, first part of May.
Yeah.
That's when I accepted the job and came back home.
Transition from the college world down to the high school world, and you made a comment to me after we just lost to Walker Valley the other night. In your 18 years of coaching, this is the most fun you'd ever had in the coaching career so far. Sort of elaborate on that a little bit. What made it so much fun for you?
I've had fun everywhere. I didn't want it to sound like that.
Yeah.
You know, being a head coach for the first time, in-game decisions,
Yeah.
you know, practice planning, everything, and the kids being around him every day.
Yeah.
You know, that
Keeps you young, doesn't it?
it does. It does, and they were so much fun to be around at practice and in games, and you know, just on a daily basis. This year was so much fun.
Did you? I mean, you're still a young guy compared to me, especially. Did you ever get out there and mix it up with them and show them, say, guys, here's the play, the move I want to make, and you're a big, tall guy, 6'5" or so. I know they're a lot younger than you are, but did you ever feel the need to get out there and mix it up with them a little bit?
Maybe show them something, but it wasn't ever anything live. My knees and my back and ankles, they don't agree with that anymore.
They feel that, don't you? Well, you've been quickly accepted into the Bear family here. Of course, your background is strong with Bradley Central. You played ball here for Kent Smith, and you guys took it to the ultimate level, to the state championship finals twice. And, of course, we lost to Memphis White Station twice there. Played for Kent Smith, the winningest boys coach we've ever had. It seemed like a smooth transition for you from what I've seen outside looking in, from college to high school. But you had a lot of help. If you look at people around you, Chuck Clark, you got to give him some accolades too, because he was there for 8 years as the head coach and for many more years as assistant coach. And some coaches just say, walk away, it's yours. But Chuck didn't do that. He stepped right up there.
No, Coach Clark was here when I played. He was an assistant when I played, so I've known Coach for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I took the job, I stayed in close contact with him. He still, even yesterday, stopped by the office and we shot the bull for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and that's been something that we do every week. We'll talk about games, and same thing with Coach Smith, both of them.
Yeah.
They've been great. Coach Smith will usually text me or call me after every game, and we'll just talk. And same thing with Coach Clark. Those guys have been a great support system, and I really appreciate them for being there for me.
I know you have to. And Chuck said he also gave you said, well, call this school here, probably can get some games with them, and give you some tips there. Let's talk about your assistant coaches now. Here's a guy, Jordan Ollison, that you brought on board. We didn't know him from Adam's house cat, as the old saying goes. You didn't even know him.
Right.
Obviously, something clicked with you and him when you did the interview, and he was offered a position. I think he has really fit in well, very knowledgeable kind of guy. He's stern when he needs to be, but he's also quite easygoing, off the court. And I think he's been a good hire for you there.
Oh, he's been great. My whole staff's been great. Jordan, not being a Bradley guy, has come in and I think he's been accepted into the Bradley family right away.
Yeah.
He does a great job of building relationships, not only with the players, with the community, and with other people here at Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
So he fit right in, and then also with Colby, being here, he's a Bradley guy, and he fits right in. So it was a really smooth transition. He also helped with the transition, getting to know players, getting to know parents, and things like that, and just kind of helping me along the way when I first got started.
Well, it takes a lot of people like that behind the scenes. Every successful coach behind them has got somebody helping out. Hadn't mentioned this, but when you got the job last spring, sort of early in the spring there, and then before many weeks went by, you got married.
Yeah, I did.
And then, you talk about two major life-changing events in your life. Those career change is second only to getting married, really, or having a child, which you're going to do now in a couple of weeks. So this last year has been one crazy whirlpool activity for you, hasn't it? It's
go big or go home, I guess. We decided to do them all at once. Change careers, get married, and now we're expecting our first child here in about 3 weeks. So.
Well, and it also, you were out in West Tennessee at E.T. Martin. It gives you a chance to move back home, and everybody here knows your dad, Lord of Mercy, Larry Carpenter, played at Lee. He coached at Lee. college, as it was known then. Now he's been at Lee University for many, many years, and he's a good guy, and everybody knows him. Of course, he's got a lot of contacts to help you out there, too. You've got 5 seniors this year. Lord, we're going to miss those guys. From Brandon Shimbert to Savoy Humes, Carter Howard, Aiden McClary, and Josh Wyckoff. Every interview we've had with you this year, after the postgame, in the postgame, has been you were tickled with how hard these guys play and their effort. They never, ever quit, backed off, no matter the challenge. We've had some big challenges. We had some huge wins. Wish we were still playing, but hey, that's the life, you know.
Yeah.
But those seniors, I would like you don't have to comment on them individually, but they've probably helped your new position here coming in, and they've been here 4 years. You know, this is their 4th year. They know everything about everybody, and here you come in as a newcomer. But did they take up with you quickly? I mean, would they?
They did. They helped set the tone.
Yeah.
You know, I asked a lot of the seniors, and a few of them especially. You know, Brandon being a point guard. You know, I'm harder on them, on anybody that's playing the point for me, than I am anybody else. And you know, that helped set the tone for how I wanted things done. You know, from the weight room to individual workouts to practice, things like that. And they completely bought in and were great, and they helped lead the way.
Well, we're going to miss them, like I said. We've seen some thrilling moments from all of those. Since you're not coaching basketball at the time being now, what are your off-season plans besides being a dad and a husband? And you teach in the business department here at Bradley, so you still got 3 or 4 months of school left. But will you be conducting any camps this summer? Do you know yet, or will you be involved in AAU play with some of the guys? Or
the plan is, you know, to have summer camp. You know, we're going to give them some time off, let their bodies rest. You know, we got a couple of guys moving over to baseball. But, you know, we're going to get back after it this spring, you know, especially in the weight room, you know, trying to get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when we start practice this summer, we'll be full go, and we'll be going to team camps and playing games and trying to get ready for next year.
And, brother, it'll be here before you know it.
I know it.
I mean, it seems like it takes it forever to get here sometimes, but once the season starts, it just seems to fly by. It just seems like we was playing our first game yesterday. You know, we went to Maryville, played 2 games there against Clinton and Maryville there on their floor, the first 2 games of the year. And from that point on, I mean, here we are. It's almost March now.
I know. I can't believe it's over. The first season's already over. You know, like you said, it does. It seems like yesterday we were doing our first show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's something I want to thank you for personally. We've done these shows every week, and without fail, I don't think we missed a single show. Maybe during fall break we did, but anyway, with Schools of Session, we come here, and you're always here with us, no matter what's going on. You've always had players, and we appreciate that, and look forward to working with you again on the next year. Will you be involved in any other sports at Bradley besides basketball, or is that it for you?
No, I'll just be basketball, but I'll be supporting everybody.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you around there. But we're going to wrap things up here on our post-season show, I guess, with Zach. Again, like I said, thank you for all that you do here. We appreciate that sincerely. There's times after the game, post-game interview, and I said, Lord, I know he's not in the mood to want to talk about it. But you always come, and that doesn't always happen, and that's appreciated because people need to hear you and get your thoughts. You know, that's just part of being a head coach. You're not going to win them all.
No, that's part of it.
The same way, you know, no matter the outcome, they were always there for us.
And Gary, I want to say thank you to you for this show and everybody that helps out with it, and also BC Nation. You know, the fans were great this year.
Thanks.
They were awesome. They traveled to away games and they showed up every time, and I really do appreciate that.
I think we got the best fan base in the state of Tennessee. Myself and Mr. Gwen Schroeder, his class here at Bradley, goes without saying that. But we need to say it that guys like Trevor behind the cameras here, and Caden in the director's room there, and Eli and all the guys that have helped throughout the year. It don't happen without them, and we appreciate their efforts.
Absolutely.
Friday night, we'll have, tomorrow night in this case, actually, the Bears will be home for their game at 7 o'clock and against Shelbyville, the Eaglettes, as they're known. And that game will be carried on the radio by us on Mix 104.1, and also it'll be streamed on the Bear Network. So you can see that game and listen to the audio tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. But we need the Bear Nation there in person. It's so much better when they're there in person. But we'd like to thank all of those guys, and especially Mr. Schroeder and his crew here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep. And you and your coach and all the players that have been on our show this year, big thanks to them as well.
Thank you.
Until next time, we'll say God bless for now, and go Bears.